Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys figure review. Now today we'll be having a look at the Hela from Thor Ragnarok. So if you were tuned into my channel when I did the unboxing, I gave you a very quick sort of brief look at the figure and everything she comes with, but now what we're going to do is get into the nitty gritty details. So take an up close look at the sculpt and all of her accessories, and also a quick comparison to the Gladiator Thor before we get on to doing the full comparison video with the Odin that I ordered from my good buddy Nick. So he should be arriving sometime tomorrow, so we'll get that comparison video up for you as well. So without further ado, let's get all of the accessories out here and take a look at everything she comes with. Now in terms of Hela's accessories, she comes with more than I actually thought she was going to, and I did show you these in the unboxing video, but we'll get a much closer look now. So basically she does come with the axe that she makes for Scourge, and it is decently well done. It's very well sculpted, but there is pretty much no sort of paintwork on there, and in the film it wasn't, incredibly exuberant, but it would have been nice to see like a dirt wash in throughout those crevices there. It would have been a really nice sort of touch, but nevertheless it's good to have. She also does come with two of these sort of sword dagger things that she shot out of her hand in the film, and it's nice to have them. I do wish she'd come with more, but two is enough for now, and there's a decent level of green sort of paintwork on there, and the instructions do warn of being careful of these spiky sections because yes, they are incredibly pointy. Now she also does come with the ultimate accessory I think for this figure, and it really did have to come with this, being the crushed version of Mjolnir, and it looks really, really nice, and I love the fact that the hand is already plugged on there. Just makes it so much easier to interchange onto the figure, and I really do appreciate the fact that they included this. It's really, really well done. It's not die cast or anything, it just is a plastic version of Mjolnir, but that is still okay. She also does come with a flame accessory for her to hold in her hand, and it is, just a traditional sort of flame accessory. A lot of people don't really like these sort of accessory pieces. I don't mind it. I don't think I'm going to have her displayed with it, but it's always nice to have. She also does come with a nice sort of array of hands, and they do all have the green nail polish painted on there, which is an awesome little touch for them to go ahead and do. And I do also have the second closed fist sort of gripping hand on the figure already, so this is the open palm that she comes with as well. Now the final accessory pieces, I did say in the unboxing that these were the cape attachment pieces. These are actually the opposite of that. These are the pieces that you attach when she's not wearing her cape, so she just has her sort of clean look, and I will show you how to do that throughout the course of the video. And the last sort of piece is this display base, the traditional sort of Marvel style before they went to the hexagonal sort of one. This is the one that they were giving us, and it does have the metal nameplate, so we're getting a bit of mixed messages. Are we going to be getting the metal nameplates from here on out? Who knows, we'll have to wait and see, but it does suit the theme at least of the rest of the Thor Ragnarok figures. Now for those of you who already watched my unboxing, you would have seen how awesome and on point this likeness really is. It looks just like Cate Blanchett in the film, and the amount of paintwork that they put into these antlers is just really awesome. It's got this like speckled sort of pattern. It looks really ethereal and really, it looks, godly, just like they, just like she's supposed to be. It's got the, it's just so hard to explain and convey on camera, but it's got like this gold sort of speckled pattern throughout the entire headpiece. Now, if there is one complaint that I do have, it's the fact that she doesn't come with the alternate head sculpt with the rooted hair. That would have been really awesome if they could have included that, and that would have really made this sort of a top 5 figure of this year. It would have definitely been on that list. Even in fact, it's still very well made, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But I still think that if they included that head sculpt, this would have just been the ultimate sort of figure release with such an on-point likeness and all the awesome accessories and the excellent costuming as well. The outfit is just terrific. Now, I don't usually touch on the articulation, but I thought I'd quickly show you how the shoulders work, because I know a lot of people are asking a lot of questions. Now, these shoulders are just the normal traditional shoulders, and they are visible, and you can sort of move the cape up if you sort of want to hide the articulation points there, but most of the time you have them down, and they sort of do peg in to these pieces here, which I'll show you when I show you the alternate sort of pieces here. Now this section here is all a soft rubber, and it does afford you quite a lot of range of motion as well. Just got to make sure that it doesn't bunch up. In fact, the arms go all the way up there, so you definitely can get some really, really awesome poses. And she does sort of drop down there, so you make sure that you push it back up, much like some of the other figures like the Ben Affleck Batman figure, so definitely do keep aware of that. Now she also does have a really, really excellent double joint at the elbow, but that's pretty much it for the articulation when it comes to stuff that's sort of noteworthy. Usually I don't go through the articulation because I don't think it's all that important when it comes to especially these cloth sort of clothed figures, they pretty much articulate as you would expect a regular true type body to do. Now the cape is also extremely well done. It's a very, very lightweight material. There's no wire running through it, although it is split at the bottom, so you could very easily, I guess, run a wire through there if that's something that you wanted to do to get a bit more sort of dynamic posing options with the cape. Now, as I said in the intro, she does come with the interchangeable sort of pieces that you can swap out to get the non-cape look, and they are pretty interchangeable, or pretty easy to interchange, as I should say, compared to some of the other Hot Toys accessories. They can be a little bit tricky, so definitely do just pull those out just like that. And you will basically want to make sure that this back piece isn't tucked behind the outfit. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second when I spin it around. This piece just goes into her armor section there, and there's a tab just here which slots into that piece just like so. It can be a little bit fiddly, but it definitely isn't one of the most impossible. There we go, pieces to fit on there. And you can see that this piece just sits along the back there, and that sits quite nicely, and you can sort of move it around to get the ideal look that you're after. So it does really, I don't know, I kind of like the look without the cape just as much as I do the one with the cape. I really don't know which way I'm going to go, but either way it looks absolutely stunning. And the outfit itself is really, really nicely done. It's just a sort of spandex bodysuit, and it really affords quite a good range of motion, and it also does have this awesome patterning throughout. Now do be careful that these don't sort of peel off. I don't know how they're going to last over time, especially in dynamic sort of poses. It looks and feels like it's going to be okay. You just want to be careful, obviously, having this sort of posed up, maybe with her swords or something over time, that these don't sort of crease and sort of peel away from the outfit. But I don't think you're going to have that problem. And you can see that it extends all the way around the back. Now, the back has got a zipper, so I guess you could try and do like a Fison body swap if that's what you wanted. But I think this body is definitely good enough for now. Now, if you do want to attach the Mjolnir holding hand, it's literally as simple as just swapping out the hand. You can see that the cloth goes around the ankle, the wrist joints there. Now this hand is a little bit tricky to get on there because the hole is at a slight angle, but once you do get it on there, and I think we're almost got, there we go, it does look really awesome, and you can have her sort of stopping the hammer mid-flight, and that looks really, really cool. I'm really loving that pose right there. I mean, that on a shelf is going to look absolutely stunning, especially if you do have the road-worn Thor. I think they're going to make a great pair to have displayed in your detail together. So that's pretty much it for the upper torso. What I'm going to do now is move the camera down a little bit and give you a look at the legs. As for the legs, she moves pretty much as you would expect from a spandex covered figure. I mean, she's got the really, really deep double bend at the knee there. Really, really good range of motion out of that. And you just need to be careful when you are doing that you don't get too many sort of permanent creases. It does get a little bit crinkled, but you can sort of move the outfit around and rectify that situation. So I don't think it's going to be damaging if you do have them bent for a long period of time. Now, as for the boots themselves, they are one sort of solid sculpted piece of plastic. You don't really get any ankle articulation out of them at all. They're very solid, but you do have a slight bend sort of sculpted, and you can see that there. So she does stand very, very well. I haven't had any issues getting her to stand at all. And even if you get sort of more dynamic with the posing, she does seem to stand equally well. I mean, you do get the display base, but if you do want to have her in a more dynamic sort of scene, in a diorama or something, I think she's going to stand just fine on her own. Now, for a quick size comparison between Hela and her brother, this is the gladiator version of Thor, and I have him wearing his helmet because why not? She's wearing hers, so thought they'd look good together, and I think they are going to be displayed on the shelf together with that gladiator version of Hulk, as well as the Odin figure that I am picking up tomorrow. And you can see there is a good sort of size difference between this Hela figure and Thor. She's a lot leaner and she's a lot smaller as well, and I think this really does work for your display. Now, this Hela figure is an absolutely flawless figure release from Hot Toys in terms of what we're given in the box. I can't really critique anything that they gave us. I mean, the shoulder joints are a little tiny bit unsightly, but you can get over that either with posing the cape or just pretty much by getting over it. It's an awesome figure nevertheless. Now, there is one thing that I have mentioned that I really did wish that she came with, and that was the alternate head sculpt with the rooted hair and sort of the black eye makeup. That would have been icing on the cake. This would have probably been my Hot Toys figure of the year. It already still very well may be because it is so good. Now, obviously, we are still waiting for the Infinity War Thor to come out, and that very well could sort of top this figure in terms of being the ultimate figure release this year, because that Thor is looking to be absolutely awesome. But for now, I think this is definitely one that you have to pick up if you are into Thor Ragnarok even in the slightest and you're collecting this line, because this is an absolutely awesome figure release. Now, I cannot overstate that. So that is about it for this video, guys. Check the links in the description for Sideshow Collectibles, where you can pick this figure up. She'll be shipping pretty soon from them. I think they're going to be the cheapest and quickest way of you getting this figure. Check out the Mint in Sealbox Figure Podcast. The episode on Molecule 8 should be coming up very soon. And check out my Instagram and Facebook links down below, where I post sort of photos and hints at what is coming up next on the channel, aside from obviously in my review video. So that is about it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.